So Heather, somebody wants a raise. How do they go ask for it?
First thing they need to do is they need to know what raise they want. So, you know what you're paid at the moment, I know what I'm paid at the moment, and I know what pay I would like in another job. So you need to have a definitive number. There's no point going in and saying, I'd like a raise. You need to go in and say, I earn X, I'd like to earn Y. And how do you arrive at Y? I think that's the more relevant bit. You need to have a sense of your own worth in the market, and you also need to know what the factors are that might apply a discount or a premium. So if you are in a job that is paid differently somewhere else, then is that person in the other job somewhere else different to you? So do they have a different background or more experience or less experience or whatever? So you need to know, it's not an exact science, but you do need an exact number.
And let's say you work for a constrained employer, it's a company doing badly or a nonprofit, and you'd like some sort of recognition of the hard work you're doing, but you also know that a pay raise isn't realistic. What should you ask for?
You need to think about the things that are valuable to you. So I don't know about you, but in my life, flexibility is very valuable. You might ask to work from home a couple of days a week. You might ask for more vacation. These are non-cash items that are possible for someone to give you, which are valuable. I mean, if I didn't have to get on the train and commute into London, every single day of the week, I'd save about 3 hours a day in commuting time. That 3 hours is very precious to me, and it's worth money. The other thing about titles and positions that you want, so you may think that might make your life easier if you had a managing director title. Is that possible to ask for? Training is a really good one. If you want to work your way into a position where you ultimately, when you do move job, will be able to get a serious pay rise, then think about what kind of training you need, and is it possible for your employer to support that? Because a training paid for by your employer doesn't attract employers' national insurance, so it's cheaper for them to give you than a pound or a dollar in your hand, and also you don't pay any income tax on it. So it's, a dollar in your hand is worth two. So all of those things mean that that's the kind of thing that's worth more money to you, but it's not actually a pay rise. So in fact, in your previous job, you were in a previous newspaper, which of course we shan't mention, for 17 years. That's a long time to work in one place.
It is. I joined as a grad trainee, and it just sort of never changed. And I went and had my children. And then I felt I was stuck because I was working 4 days a week with my children. And although other people would approach me, I didn't want to give that up.
And when you were working part-time, had the children in the 17-year job, did you ever go ask for a raise?
No. I was so happy to be working 4 days a week and nobody yelling about that. I was absolutely terrified.
Yeah, so that's abject gratitude is not always the right approach, actually, because abject gratitude means that you are almost too frightened to ask for anything.
You're right. Actually, I did ask to work at home 1 day a week. So just as I felt much more comfortable asking for flexibility and for ways to make my life work. You coming in a bit later because it was easier to drop the kids off. But money, felt too scary.
Yes. So I think that getting over that scaredness and getting over that point and going in there and saying, I would like to be paid more and this is why. And just like you should never go shopping on an empty stomach, you should never ask for a pay rise when you're tremendously upset and irritated because the person down the hall just got a pay rise or a promotion and you didn't. You should always ask in the cold light of day when you've prepared your case. When you go to ask for the pay rise, or in fact more importantly the promotion,
yes,
dress as if you had already got the next job.
Absolutely, because they have to take you much more seriously if you're dressed like a serious person.
That's right. So when you go to ask to be the next editor, I expect you to be wearing this very nice blue jacket.
I will definitely do that. I certainly won't be wearing blue jeans.